Hey guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Today I'm in a very good mood, and why wouldn't I? I get to blow my own horn. There's no disputing the fact that I lived a very extraordinary, exciting life, to say the least. I did, and a lot of times I have a hard time telling stories about my adventures because sometimes it sounds like I'm just blowing my own horn, and I hate that. I really do. But, you know, there's an old saying that I go by. It's not bragging if it's true. And what every one of you viewers do when you log on to this channel is you want to be entertained. You want to have shock and awe. Well, I'm here to give you just that. So in this segment, I don't know, no, segment would be the wrong word. In this group of videos, I'm going to be talking about the women in my life. And there's two of them that were famous. No, I'm not even going to say. One of them was. Anyway, I'm going to talk about um, the 3 times I took movie star, not an actress, Terry Moore out. Now, Terry Moore was an actress that was born in 1929. I thought she was much older than me, but actually she's 25 years older than me. Okay? And back in the year 2000-ish, I came here in 2000. Um, my my rights and my life rights and book rights reverted back to me and the author Charles Kipps in 2000-ish. So I got in my car and I drove out to California to get a movie deal. That's what I did. And I did. I fucking did it. Took me 25 years, but I did it. Anyway, so the rights have reverted back to us. And I get a call. Can you show me Charles Kipps with your mom? This is another. This is my. I'm going to be showing you a picture of Charles Kipps, the author, writer, um, blah blah blah. What else is he? Emmy Award-winning writer, and so on. And this is a picture of him with my girlfriend, who we just found out was pregnant with my baby. Oh, never mind. Kaylee, sitting right with me right now. So this picture was taken in 2008. So as you can see, okay, so let me tell you about Kipps. Kipps is 6'8". So how tall does that make that girl? That he was all smitten with him and Kipps and Chris Norton. That was another story. But you can see it. I got a whole thing. So anyway, uh, that's my ex-wife. And my daughter is going to be a clone. Anyway, so Kipps, I didn't go back to the other one. So Kipps, I come to California. So it's like 2001-ish, 2002-ish, here a couple of years. And I get a call from Kipps. And he said, I've been contacted by a production company. I forget the name of the company. It was in Beverly Hills. Grant, what's his name? Kramer. Grant Pink Kramer. I forget the name of the company, but it had something to do with Grant Kramer's mother, who was none other than Terry Moore, who married, what's his name? Howard, who married Howard Hughes in 1949. Now, during the 40s and 50s, she was a big movie star. What was the movie that she played in? Beyond the Reef? Beneath the 12-Mile Reef. It was the first movie ever made in CinemaScope. I think they had to have like 3 cameras and they spliced them all together. So she was a real deal friggin' movie star. And who knew better than that than me when I walked down the street with her? I'm going to get to that in a minute. So anyway, gonna have to give you a little uh, explanation of how movie deals are work with books and life rights and things like that. So the way they work is that a company, either a studio or a production company, will go, okay, we've read that book. Wow, we want to option the book for 18 months. We're going to pay you, I think it's, what is it, 10%? 10% of a purchase price of 250,000, right? So they're going to give you 25,000 to here's the way it is with when a studio does it, they immediately hire a producer and they hire a writer, and the writer has 18 months to write the script, present it to the studio execs for either greenlighting the project or passing on it. That's what happens. So, and the reason that my movie never got made out of all the times it was optioned by studios is because when the friggin' screenwriters submitted their script, that's what they went by. They didn't go by what was in the book. They went by what they were what they paid for the script. And scripts back then were 250,000 to 500,000 depending on what writer they hired. So my story never got rejected. It was always some asshole screenwriters story that got rejected. Okay, so let's figure it out. So anyway, so they pay you the 25 grand, and it's good for 20. It's good for 18 months. If it's a studio, it's good for 18 months while they write the script. If it's another production company, they either do what's called a treatment, which is a script without dialogue, which is usually about 25, 30 pages. And they'll take the treatment and they'll go to studios and pitch that to try to get them to buy it. And so that's how it works. That's how it works. So now, so this guy, Grant. So anyway, Grant gets a hold of Kips. Kips gets a hold of me. I just moved out to California. And he says, holy shit, Terry Moore's production company wants to option, they want to meet you in Beverly Hills. So that's exactly what I did. I called her up, I spoke to her, and the son was always in the background. So, but it was, I don't know if they shared. I think what's his name? Grant was doing was using his mother's celebrity and stardom because she was a real movie star. And I'm going to tell you why I knew. I've hung out with a lot of movie stars or actors, I should say, but never in my life did I ever meet a real movie star like Terry Moore was a real movie star, a classy woman. She's still alive today. She's 96 years old. But then I digress. So I'm just trying to tell this fucking cool story. So anyway, where was I? So anyway, they go, they want to meet you. So I think I'm going to meet this guy Grant. And but so Grant at the time, now I got to be careful what I say. Grant at the time, I was told had a drug problem. But who the in Hollywood didn't? Every celebrity was doing blow. So that didn't mean nothing to me. And who was a fucking? I did more cocaine, that didn't bother me. But he didn't want to see me. I think I saw him up the top of the stairs once when I came. So anyway, I took her out 3 times. And so let's talk about the first time I met her. So back then there wasn't. I couldn't like what I do now. You can Google her. I didn't do any of that. I was just told that she was in this movie with Robert Wagner back in 19, what was it, 53, and she was. It was ground that this movie Beneath the 12 Mile Reef was like a big deal because it was in CinemaScope, and so she was with Robert Wagner. Anyway, so she was a bona fide movie star, and I'll never forget this as long as I live. So I parked my car on the street in Beverly Hills, put the money in the meter. That's back in the old days when you had the quarters or whatever. And I crossed the street and I'm walking. And of course, she's got my book, so she knows what I look like. and I walked up, so I wasn't sure what she looked like. Because I think I saw a picture of her during a movie or something. But now she was in her 70s. She's 25 years older than me, and I'll be 71 in April. So I'm fucking old, but she's 20. She's almost 100. But back then she was my age. Let's see what she looked like when she was my age. Okay. So this is the gal. This picture was taken in 2000-ish, right? So I meet her, right? Still a beautiful woman. Look. But back then I had a policy. Over 30, I had a lock on. Because I only dated young, beautiful women. Let's take a look at what my last wife looked like. Can we get a good picture of your mom? My producer, Kaylee. Let's get it.
They just have these ones.
Let me just see. Just see the one with. Okay, this is me and my baby's mama. Now I'm 5'8", and she would always shrink down. So she's 6 foot tall, but she won't admit it. She's 5'11", but stunningly beautiful. I have to say it. I don't want to because I don't really get along with her. Well, I get along. I tolerate. Her and I tolerate each other over our beautiful daughter. She knows I'm a great dad, and she's a great mother. So anyway, I pull up and park the car. I'm crossing the street, and there she is in the doorway, ground street level. She's, "Oh, Kevin," and she grabs me, she hugs me, and then she grabs my arm, like, "Okay, let's go. I'm gonna take you to a really great place." So we cross the street, and as we cross the street, like I don't know, like when you're a movie star from the past, you don't have. We were in the middle of the street, you know, and when she stepped out, the car stopped, and then the drivers recognized her. I didn't know I never saw that movie. The 53, that's before my time. So we're walking and everybody's waving at us. She said, "Oh, come on." I said, "Listen, you crossed." She just walked right out on the street. And, the car stopped, and instead of blowing their horn, they were waving to, "Oh, hi, Terry." And I went, "Holy shit." So now we get to the other side of the street. And I'm walking down the street, and she's got me. Like, you think we were walking down the aisle ready to get married. I mean, she's got me in a friggin' pushed up against me. And we're walking. And my fucking hair's getting too. Anyway, and we're walking one block, like block and a half. We're walking block. And as we're walking, every single person that passed us from the front as we're walking, "Oh, hi, Terry." I mean, everybody. So we get to the next block. Oh, some guy gets out of the car, this older guy with a thing, and she signs her autograph. We're going, "Is she setting me up or what? She's trying to make me do?" Anyway, not very many people can say they took, what was his fucking name? Howard Hughes' ex-wife out. Fucking, not too many of us around. In fact, I'll bet you she buried everybody she ever dated and married. How many people did she marry in her life? Can we figure that out? How many other than Howard Hughes? I mean, for all of you that don't know who Howard Hughes is, Howard Hughes was one of the most. He was the richest man in the world. He built this plane. He was into aviation.
So it says 6 times if you count Howard Hughes.
6 times if you count Howard Hughes. It's lucky I didn't go a couple more blocks. You would have taken me to City Hall. I could have met. But hey, here she is again back in the 50s or the 40s. Look, very beautiful. She's childlike, and I'll never forget this story when she grabbed me. How did she grab? She grabbed me like this with my arm and put her arm under my arm and locked. Ooh, we were then locked. And so anyway, walking down the street, and people, every person we passed knew this woman. They knew her. They, hi, Terry. Hi. Then, now don't forget, this is not an actor. Like I knew a lot of actors. Can you show me the picture with your mother and Chris Noth? Who this fucking guy was a piece of crap. Anyway, I hung out with this fool for like 3 years. His name is Chris Noth. He's the star of the television series Law and Order. Check him out on my channel. See what he did behind my then girlfriend, fiance, my pregnant girlfriend. Anyway, so where was I? So now I'm like, I met a lot of actors when my book first came out in 1996. I met Paul Savino. I mean, I met so many actors, but they're just actors. And what's an actor? An actor is someone who takes a role and pretends to be someone like yours truly. There I go, blowing my own horn again, but it's not bragging if it's true. They pretend to be somebody like me for 120 minutes. That's what they do. So anyway, after now, I don't know if she planted all these people with the car. I don't know if it was like a movie setup. I was like, but I was like, holy shit! And I just came out to California. I've only been here a year or two, so it must have been 2001, 2002. So then we get to this expensive restaurant. So I'm paying. I'm going fucking holy shit. These guys come out in like tuxedos and as soon as we walked in there, like three guys, the Metro Dean came up and two other guys came out. They took her pocketbook. They took. I mean, it was like holy shit. They took us to the table. This is your. That was her table. That was her table. And more, boy, when I drank that water down, I put that glass down, bang, another guy came from behind, boom. So we had three waiters or whatever they were. Who's the guy that takes the order? I don't, but there was like fucking three of them, all silver. I mean, it was like, holy shit. So she read my book cover to cover. And I know when I can tell when I meet somebody for the first time whether or not when they read my book cover to cover. I can tell because they give you that look of familiarity that you only get if you're a movie star and you meet someone off the street that you've never known. It's a very weird thing to have people come up to you like they know you and then start talking to you about your, well, in this case, that's a biography of my life. So anyway, she starts talking to me and she's going, oh, I can see this scene play out, and oh, we could probably get this guy to play you and this gal to play that one, and oh, and she's got the whole thing in her head. So okay, um, so then I go, have you spoken to Charlie? Because he and I are 50-50 on the rights to the book. Not my life rights, but the life to the books. So she goes, yeah, but he's being difficult. I don't know if I says, okay, so what's the problem? I said, I think I said to her, well, the standard option would be 25,000 for 18 months, and the purchase price would be 250,000. Where the 25,000 option money would be deducted from the 250, so you would owe 225 at the end of the 18 option that you decide to buy. She goes, oh, that's not too much, and this is really my son's company. I don't know if she said that, but oh, and then she started talking about this guy that I already knew had issues. I already knew he had issues, and as it would turn out, like 4 or 5 years later, he would be arrested in LA for selling methamphetamine. So the guy had issues. He's now 63 years old. So, but anyway, so I said, so what did Charlie say? Well, he said it's up to you. Up to me for what? All we want is a chance to pitch it to studios. So what she was saying was, we don't want to pay you anything, but we want you to sign a contract which would tie the property up for 18 months. And I wasn't willing to do that because I came from New York to California to get a movie deal. And this was like my first one. This was like, but it was so I got on the phone. I was talking to Kips and he goes, oh, I don't know about that freaking guy. I heard this, that, and the other thing. And he's riding off his mom's celebrity. So I says, okay, well, let me talk to kids. I can't do, and technically, I'm not, I wasn't lying. I couldn't. I didn't have the power to sign a free option or even a paid option without Kips's signature as well, as we both are jointly copyrighted in the Library of Congress. Can't do it. Can't do it. So yeah, that's okay. So we had the lunch, and I go. The bill comes. I pick it up. It's like $638. $638. I was like, what the fuck? No, and the wine she got was like, I think it was $380. So shit. I was like, then she takes it and she signs her name. I don't even think she pulled out a credit card. I don't even think she pulled out a credit card. She signed her name and walked her back up the street uh, to a parking structure on the second floor. And she was driving a white Lexus coupe. I think it's an SC 300 or something like that. It's a brand new Lexus. I got her in the car. She kissed me on the cheek, and she goes, "Okay, let's see. I'll meet you next Tuesday." So anyway, so I had two other meetings like that, and I kept telling her, and she took me to the same restaurant, and the same thing. I mean, she was totally. I was totally smitten with her. Like and she did the same thing too. It's like people from the old days, older than my 25 years older than I am. She's 96 now. Back then she was 72. She takes your arm like like you're supposed to escort her. Like back in the good old days when they took your arm. I'll never forget that. He took my arm and walked proudly down the street. Let's see what she looked like back in 2000. 2000, she was 72, 71. Here she is. Here she is here at some event. Anyway, so after speaking to Kips, and we decided not to get involved with that guy because he had issues. He had some serious issues in Hollywood, and it was just not in Cop Without a Badge's best interest to sign with Terry Moore's company because was really his company, and she was just like she was like when you go to buy a $40 million mansion in Beverly Hills. The girl that's gonna show you the property is super hot, and you know what I mean. I mean that's just the way it is in Hollywood, But I just thought I'm gonna be talking about. I already talked about my second wife who was famous, who had her own TV show, Real Housewives of New Jersey. Danielle Staub, we already spoke about her. I might do another little. I don't think I quite talked. And by the way, there's some production company which I'm gonna call right now to see. I did a documentary back in May that's going to be out on I think Max or I don't know what it is, but I'm going to update you guys on that. That's coming out in now. It's supposed to be out in January. It's a brand new television show, Hollywood Stories or whatever. And so, boy, now I do believe that the story I just told you is in fact a Hollywood story. So anyway, I hope you guys got a kick about this. I'm blowing my horn a little bit, but hey, how many of you guys out there can say, I took a movie star to lunch 3 times? Like, subscribe, pick up a copy of the book, and I'll see you guys on the next one.